Welcome to the November edition of Tile TV. For the mobile version of this episode, please use the link in your Tile TV release email.
I'm Bobby Dodge.
And I'm Deborah Brandon. Coming up on this edition of Tile TV, we continue to preview this year's Total Solutions Plus event. The NTCA participates in a recently held concrete contractors presentation, and later on, we'll join NTCA Training Director Gerald Sloan for another edition of Tile Tip.
Over 450 leading tile professionals attended the second annual Total Solutions Plus conference, which took place at the luxurious Sheraton Wild Horse Pass Resort from November 8th to the 10th in Phoenix, Arizona. The conference, which is jointly planned and promoted by the CTDA, the NTCA, and the TCNA, included an unbelievable lineup of guest speakers, technical presentations, and much more. This year's meeting began with nationally recognized speaker Dr. Jay Lear, who energized the crowd with his presentation on the future of the global economy and the role ceramic tile will play in it. As guests listened intently, Lear emphasized that the future of tile in the United States is extremely bright. Patty Fazan, whose appearance was sponsored by Tile of Spain, followed up Dr. Lear's message with strategies that could be implemented to sell the value of tile as a solid investment and a design-pleasing choice. Additionally, Donato Grosser, who was sponsored by Ceramic Tiles of Italy, shared his channels of distribution and provided a glimpse at the U.S. economy and its role in the tile industry. With Tile TV's own Gerald Sloan partnering with NTCA member Greg Andrews on glass tile installations, and with fellow NTCA trainer Michael Whistler on large format tile installations. Sloan also worked with representatives from the Materials, Methods, and Standards Association on the evolution of grout technology. NTCA member Josh Levinson of Artistic Tile and recognized consultant Gregory Mowat also delivered an excellent program on stone tile installations. The conference concluded with a tearful appearance by former Navy SEAL Marcus Luttrell. Luttrell, who is the author of the book Lone Survivor, recounted how he survived in the Afghan wilderness for several days and on the loss of several of his fellow SEALs as they died fighting for our freedom. The reception for Luttrell was overwhelming. His story will soon be made into a major motion picture. Planning is already underway for Total Solutions Plus 2012. Keep an eye out for the upcoming announcement. We're hoping to see you there.
One of the most popular surfaces for ceramic tile to be installed is on concrete. So naturally, it made sense for the National Tile Contractors Association to participate in a recently held presentation at the American Society for Concrete Contractors Convention in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The concept, which was conceived by the first vice president of the NTCA, Dan Welch, was favorably received. Based on the humorous pretense of "take the gloves off," tile contractors and concrete contractors explored issues related to both trades that impact successful tile installations. The panel discussion was lively yet professional. Participating for NTCA was Welsh and Second Vice President James Wolfel, who is the NTCA Technical Committee Chairman. Executive Director Bart Bettiga helped state the next steps for the two associations when he said, "It is our intention to utilize technical experts in the concrete trade to share their knowledge and expertise of the characteristics and properties of their product with the tile trade. In return, they are encouraging our participation in their committee processes." Bettiga continued, "Many things happen to a concrete surface from the time the material is poured until our members are on the job site to install the tile. We have a lot to learn about this in relation to moisture, flatness, and levelness. We can help each other by sharing the issues we have related to tiling over concrete surfaces, and that is what we intend to do." The NTCA also plans on having the Concrete Contractors Association contribute technical articles for TADA, the new publication of the NTCA being launched in 2012. TADA will provide important technical education for the proper specification of tile and stone for architects and design professionals.
Here at Tile TV, we are always looking for new ways to help tile contractors provide their clients with the highest quality service possible. Here to help us with this month's edition of Tile Tip is NTCA Training Director Gerald Sloan.
Hello everyone, I'm Gerald Sloan, Training Director for the National Tile Contractors Association. Today's Tile Tip will focus on tiling over wood substrates, how to identify potential problems and how to eliminate those problems. We'll start first by explaining tile installations over OSB, Oriented Strand Board, and understanding the techniques behind that and the cautions. We do not have approved methods in the Tile Council of North America handbook to direct bond tile to OSB due to some factors that's involved with the manufacturing of the OSB and how the problems that can be related to that create problems for tile bonding. One of those problems has to do with the oriented strands of wood are likely to delaminate, to come loose. So if we try to bond tile directly to that, we can end up with unbonded tile due to this problem with the oriented strand. These panels are treated for moisture control from the factory, but this moisture control material that's used to prevent moisture from invading this wood product also creates a bond breaker barrier for tile installations. These waxy and oftentimes oily films that's applied to this OSB have high risk for setting materials that we use to bond the tile. Those materials can be removed successfully somewhat, but in the removal of those products we end up with moisture entering into the OSB and creating potential problems such as that. So it's not a good idea to direct bond tile to OSB substrates. We can use these substrates with a method that is built upon top with backer systems, uncoupling membrane products, things that can be used on top of that, but not direct bonding tile to the OSB. One of the things that happens often with OSB is it's installed incorrectly. In other words, OSB should not be butt jointed. It should have 1/8 inch clearance on the tongue and groove assembly, allowing for expansion and contraction of the OSB panels. As you can see on this panel, it's abutted, and that doesn't allow for continued expansion without creating a tinting problem. This can show up in your tile work, and it can actually come through your tile work and show up as a crack in your tile. So we need to be able to identify those potential problems prior to tile installations and how to correct that before the assembly begins on your tile assembly. Thank you very much. Gerald Sloan, the National Tile Contractors Association.
Thank you, Gerald, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Tile TV, keeping you up to date on all of the tile industry's latest developments. I'm Bobby Dodge.
And I'm Deborah Brandon. Make sure to stay tuned after the broadcast for new product and service information. Thank you for watching.
Tile TV is brought to you by Laticrete and OMG National. Research, production, and distribution by OMG National and its Tile TV division. For a full-service approach to marketing in a self-service world, call, click, or visit OMG National today.